Welcome back. What teenagers worry about and how you can help. Social media. This has a lot to answer for in terms of causing depression and anxiety amongst teenagers, and issues such as body image because of the unbalanced nature of the media posts. It may give the inaccurate impression that everyone else's life is perfect, or everyone is having way more fun than me. It's simply not true, and it's a message that we need to reinforce with our children. Social media is as addictive as any drug and is damaging and can lead to obsession and failing grades and a warped sense of reality. So what can you do as a parent? Well, again, we mustn't preach but provide an informed discussion about the dangers. Ask them what they think about it and how they should use it as a tool. This is a hard one for us as parents because most of us didn't grow up with social media. The other thing to be clear about here, of course, is that what they personally post on social media, because that can damage their reputation by posting images or content that may later come back to haunt them. Employers do check social media history now. Adapting to change. The teenage years are a time of rapid growth and change, physically, mentally, and socially. For some teenagers, change can be scary, while others take it in their stride. As a parent, it's important to understand the changes that your teenager is going through, both mentally and physically. It is a tumultuous time which really is accompanied by raging emotions. So acknowledge these emotions and give your teenager permission to experience the emotion so that it can run its course. This could be anxiety triggered by life changes such as going to university or college, or a change of schools, or even a relationship breakup. Even a new level of independence can be profoundly daunting. So encourage your teen to share their feelings through journaling, talking to a counsellor, or supportive friends to help process the full range of difficult emotions. Remind your teenager of their values: faith, family, friends, creative expression, which can act as a powerful shield whenever negative emotions threaten to arise. Also, reflect back other situations of change that they encountered in the past. For example, do you recall how terrified you were when you started middle school? Sometimes unfamiliar events are not as scary as they seem initially and may simply require a little time to adjust. Remind them that this is just part of their development journey into adulthood and that they should practice being self-compassionate, using their inner dialogue not to chastise themselves but to offer kindness and comfort. I'm trying my best. Bullying. In my day, wow, that makes me sound so antiquated. But in my day, bullying was usually physical and a few insults. Now, it's expanded through psychological attacks, including social media attacks. If the bullying is physical in nature, the chances of recognizing it are increased. A parent is likely to notice torn clothing, a black eye, or a bloody lip that shows up on a regular basis. Psychological and verbal bullying can leave no physical evidence at all. The best way to recognize if your child is a bullying victim is to look for a variety of signs that might suggest bullying. So a few warning signs include unexplained anxiety, moodiness, depression, appetite loss, difficulty sleeping, teariness, perhaps a sudden grade drop or interest in school, frequent illness or health, maybe just complaining about, not wanting to go to school, seeming afraid to go to school, social withdrawal or isolation. All of these things can be symptomatic of being bullied in their environment. So talk about it. Talking with them may seem hard, but it may also help. They may not be very responsive or give you the brush off at first, but be persistent, whilst also reminding them that they are not alone and that you're there to help. You may get the standard "I'm fine" response initially. In that case, don't push too hard. Always be supportive and not judgmental. The point is to show that you see what is happening, you care about it, and you want to help. If your teen wants to talk, the next step is to listen, and then if possible, offer some helpful, not harmful advice about coping with the problem. Offer active coping methods. Bullies are in it for a reaction. That's where the feeling of power comes from. The idea is that if there's no reaction, the bully will give up. So tell your child to walk away with head held high if they can. Avoid the area where the bullying often occurs and block him or her on social media. There's strength in numbers. Hang around with some good friends and make sure you're not alone. Take up a new activity like martial arts or yoga, which can help to build confidence and lift their mood. Discreetly tell a teacher or school counsellor what's going on. They may be able to intervene without knowing how he or she, the bully that is, how they actually found out. Stress. There's so much to cause teenagers stress and anxiety these days. All the things that we've talked about will cause stress as a byproduct. So it's important to have strategies to help your teenager cope with the stress as well. These are some things that you can perhaps encourage your teenager to get involved in. First of all, physical activity. Now, physical exercise metabolizes the stress hormones and returns your body to a relaxed state. Moreover, your body releases endorphins during physical activity, which leaves a positive feeling. So as a teenager, when feeling overwhelmed and experiencing the effects of stress, go for a run or shoot some hoops, something to let off steam. For example, when I was studying for my university exams, I would always take time to relax and do some exercise, even if it was just for 5 minutes every hour. It just put me back into a more relaxed mindset and allowed me to study more effectively because I didn't suffer fatigue. Take breaks, no matter how important an assignment is. It's impossible to constantly stay focused or to study everything at once. It's important to balance your energy and focus with short breaks so that you don't burn yourself out. Exercise to relax, or maybe even listen to music. You could argue that this reduces the time available for studying, but allows you to study more effectively because the breaks allow better concentration when studying. How many times have you read a book, a page of a book, and thought, turned away and thought, well, what did I just read? That's when you're exhausted and not taking it in. So these are all things that we can talk to our teenager about studying techniques. And of course, relaxation techniques. Another very effective relaxation technique is the progressive muscle method, also known as, or progressive muscle relaxation method, also known as PMR. In this technique, you repeatedly tense and relax all of your muscles until you're completely relaxed. The method is useful to reduce panic and relax before or during a test or a presentation, or even while studying. I use this when I wake up at night to help me get back to sleep. Of course, yoga and meditation are good, but if they're not into that, then make sure that they're building in some relaxation time by doing something that they love. Could be listening or playing music, even playing video games or going to the gym. Also get them to talk to their friends, the positive ones that will uplift them, those that are optimistic and that they respect. Sometimes even a big brother, sister can be very useful, an uncle or aunt, or older family friend, someone they look up to. Make sure that they fully understand that they are part of a community that cares about them and that they are never alone.